What is the quickest and easiest way to add captions to videos? I get this question so many times. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I add captions to videos using rev.com. I'm Simon Banks and I have decades of experience producing videos. I make videos simple for business owners to create their own content, to connect with their audience, to grow their business. So if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. This is an update on a previous video I did on captioning using rev.com. Recently, the team at Rev have added a new feature which makes it even easier and quicker. More on that later. But first, why do we want captions on our videos? Well, we all want our audience to engage the best way possible. And that means catering for these smartphones. According to Facebook, 80% of content is consumed on a mobile without audio. So if we can add our words to our video, it means the audience will understand what we're saying, even if they don't have headphones. Let me show you how I do this step by step using rev.com. First of all, you need to have a Rev account, rev.com. So just going to sign in. So when you come to your dashboard, I suppose you can see all the files that I've uploaded previously. You want to come to place new order, and I want to do captions. And you've got options here where the files are, so you can upload them direct from your desktop, or you can share a link from a public address. I often put my videos onto Dropbox, and I often just paste the link in there. Or you can actually pull the videos directly from your account if you've already uploaded it to YouTube and Vimeo. Now, I haven't done that yet, so what I want to do is I want to upload the files from here and just select files, and you can just drag and drop. I'm just going to press upload, and depending on your internet speed, it might take a couple of minutes. So the other option is to upload to Dropbox or Google Drive or some cloud where you can create a link of which they can access. This is quite often a quicker way of doing this. When you come to this screen, it will give you some options. It will tell you how long your video is. So it says 2 minutes. My video is actually 140, but they charge per whole minute. So it's not per part minute. So they say it's going to take about 2 hours to deliver. Quite often this is really quicker actually. I've had videos turned around in approximately 15-20 minutes. Depends how busy they are at Rev. It cost me $2.50 because it's $1.25. You can do a rush order, which will make it much quicker, but to be honest with you, I don't think this is worth it because I think Rev are very good and quick. But this little box here is what I wanted to check. It's called Burnt In Captions. So it'll add an extra 25 cents, but for an extra 50 cents, this is well worth it because it actually makes the process of actually putting captions, burning them onto your videos so much easier. So when it comes to selecting the output file formats, Rev give you a number of options. The subrip.srt is the default, and that's what I leave it on, because once the transcription and captions come back, you do have options to download in different formats. And in the checkout option, you can pay by credit card or PayPal. I'm just going to order the captions. Some more options for delivery. You can add the speaker names. You can even add the script if you have one, just to help. And then you can add a glossary of terms, but that's fine. Order's done. And now I wait for it to arrive, and I'll get an email notification when it's ready. So I've just got that email. Let's take a look. So this captioning took about an hour. You'll receive an email when it's ready with a link, which then comes to this window here after you've logged back into Rev. And then it's pretty much you can just play, and it will play the video.
Finding video is not working for you.
Let's turn that down. And you've got the options. You can review it in real time. You can see what the captions look like. and then the idea is that you can go through and correct any mistakes that you might find. I find Rev, particularly for short pieces like this, are pretty much 90% accurate. And you can also on the left hand side here, you can actually change some of the words. You can replace casual words with formal. You can replace US words with UK spelling, and of course, being from the UK, I want UK spellings, and it does this automatically for you. And if you can just scrub through the timeline like this. You can play at different speeds if you want to review it quickly. And if you want to just change a word or something, you can just click on here, it highlights it, and you can just replace it if you wanted to, something like this. Yeah. I quite often play it sort of double speed, just to check. Quite often on the browser I have like a spell check, so anything which is incorrectly spelled will be highlighted. Rev actually use a human being to transcribe your video, and sometimes they just don't quite get the words. I guess my British Australian accent can be quite confusing. So in my video I just found a couple of things I need to tweak. So I've gone back in, and you probably do, this is where you need to listen at the same time.
And then do nothing with it. It's not enough.
So there's a bit of a gap here, so what I'm going to do is just stretch that out like that.
Upload to YouTube. Plonk it on.
So it says clunk it. Well, actually it's plonk. It's actually plonk it. Plonk it. Maybe that's an English term. Plonk it on your website. But you can see the words aren't there, so I'm just going to stretch this out. And then expect, which should probably go all the way.
People to watch it.
Yeah, so what I need to do is just like that, and then just check that fills the gap.
And expect people to watch it. If you want video to work for you.
So when you've gone through the video and you're happy with the transcription and the captions, just click on the download button. Here's two that I normally would download, a .srt file and a video file. If you click on the button here, you can see there's the options. So you can click one for Facebook, because Facebook has a slightly different formatting. You can download as a text, which is really good if you want to create this into a blog as well. So I might click that as well. And then you've got a whole lot of other formats, but pretty much the ones you're looking for is the SRT file, maybe the one for Facebook. But what I'm doing, I'm actually going to download the video with the transcriptions burnt onto it. So going back to the video, you do have some advanced options. You can just use the default styling, which is just white text on black background. You can customize it a little bit. If you go customize and go click, you can change the size and the font if you wanted to. And then you can make it bigger. If you want, you can change, you can have it just clear like this, but it might not be very clear. Have an outline. I like the wrap because I just think it's so much clearer on screen. I like to make mine a little bigger on screen because it's been played on an iPhone, which is a smaller screen. Then it's better to have the text a little bit bigger so it can be readable. So, and you can save that as default styling. And when you're ready, you're happy with that, you click download. So after you hit the download button, the SRT file will go wherever you save your downloads. Now with this file, you can upload to YouTube and other platforms, so the viewer can actually press what they call the closed captioning and the words will come up onto the screen. Now for the video where the captions are actually burnt on, which is what we want for likes of Facebook and LinkedIn, you'll get an email when it's ready. Now this normally doesn't take long, but it does depend on how long your video is. So my video is ready, so let's take a look. I'll turn it down first. And as you can see, I'm not playing with the sound. However, you can understand what the video is about because you can read with it as well. And doing it this way really increases the engagement of the video, particularly if the person has headphones on, so they are listening, watching, and they're reading at the same time. So they will be really engaged with your video. There's something about captions on screen where you just have to read them as well. There's lots of apps and platforms you can use to create captions. A lot of them are AI, so they can be quicker. But I do find that Rev is quick, it's accurate, and I find it the easiest to use. Now, I also like Rev because it's a pay-as-you-go service. There's no monthly subscriptions. And for this service, I think it's worth paying a few dollars for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you can't wait that long, watch one of these.